nini unanidansia?
Pato loye naoshwa.
Unaoshwa na wapi?
Na huku.
Ni nini imekula?
Naoshwa.
Ni nini shida na huku?
Hakuna ndiko.
Ni zile vile nakwambia usifanye.
Hapana
macho. Ni yenyewe. Enda klasa buta baadaye. Enda. Hawa ndio nawaambia wasiende kufanya kitu kingine hata sisi. Wasiange hawa. Naomba baba naumwa. Unaumwa na watu unakuja unafanya hivi. Ni nini unafanya hivi mguu? Ni nini shida?
Nikipata nasikia uchungu.
Unasikia uchungu na wapi? Nini unakula huku?
Nikipata nasikia kuchomeka.
Eti unachomeka? Jairi unachomeka? Umeenda kufanya zile vitu yenye nakwambia usifanye?
Hapana.
Umeenda kufanya Jairi? Sinakwambia usiende kufanya hizo vitu alafu unakuja kusema unachomeka. Ni nini inachoma huku? Alafu unakuja hapa kusema nachomeka. Enda klasi ya kuita baadaye. Hapo sijui da. Sio tafanya nini hapo? Fanya gani? Nini nanuka hivi? Kwani uogaki?
Naoga.
Uogaki?
Naoga.
Nini ninatoa harufu mbaya? Unaenda kufanya ile vitu?
Hapana.
Umeenda kufanya?
Hapana.
Umeenda kufanya zile vitu na kwambia usifanye. Ndio unakuja na hii harufu mbaya. Ndio unatoa harufu nyingine hapo mbaya. Unanuka. Nini imeanza? Uogaki? Uogaki? Umeenda kufanya zile vitu?
Hapana.
Enda waite wengine nikuje niwapeleke usi. Habari ya daktari?
Nzuri sana, habari wasichana.
Wasichana wako na shida. Wasichana nawaambianga wasiende kufanya hizo vitu mbaya mbaya yenye anaenda kufanya nyumbani. Huyu anatoa hiyo harufu nyingine hapo mbaya. Huyu anachomeka na huku ndani. Huyu anajikuna, anakuja hapa kidansi. Hiyo ndio afanye nini watoto anaenda kufanya tabia mbaya huku nyumbani. Sasa,
madam, wacha nikwambie. Hao wasichana hawana shida. Sawa, shida yao hawajafanya tabia yoyote mbaya ambayo unaita tabia mbaya. Hii ugonjwa wako nayo inaitwa urinary tract infection. Na urinary tract infection sio sexually transmitted. Urinary tract infection inakuja wakati wasichana pengine wakati wanatumia hii pad wanakaa nayo kwa muda mrefu zaidi ya masaa labda 5 na imeshatumika, wanatumia kwa muda mrefu, ama zile choo ambazo wanatumia huko shuleni si safi, na wakati wanaenda kujisaidia ile mkojo inarudi inawarukia, ina splash, na ikisplash kwa sababu wamechuchumaa inawaguza na wanaenda kupata infection, ama labda zile karai wanaogea ni chafu ama maji ni chafu. Kwa hivyo wasichana hawajafanya kitu yote mbaya. Nitakupatia hii antibiotic ambayo ndio dawa ambayo inatumika. Hii inaitwa ciprofloxacin. Wataenda waitumie, na wakishaitumia utawaobserve kwa siku 7 alafu walete niwaone. Sawa?
yes.
Kwa hivyo mjafanya kitu mbaya. Mmesikia? Haya, mmeze hii dawa na mzingatie usafi. Sawa?
Yes. Nimekosea?
Umekosea.
Asante sana daktari.
Urinary tract infections are not sexually transmitted. This is a misconception that is with our society. So anytime someone is feeling pain or itchiness, or there is a foul smell or a different kind, for example, a yellow discharge from your vagina, it is not sexually transmitted. Visit the doctor and they are going to give you the proper medication for urinary tract infections. Welcome back to Enkirotet Olosho, a program of the Malkia Initiative. Today we are going to talk about sanitation facilities. Sanitation facilities may include bathrooms and toilets. Are they menstrual hygiene friendly? This is what we're going to discuss today. And I am back with my panel today, and I am going to ask you, starting with Tekla, that why do you think, or how do you think toilets should be in school so that they can be menstrual hygiene friendly?
Should be spacious.
It should be spacious, yes. Kambua?
The rooms should be well ventilated. They should be clean.
They should be clean. Most of the sanitation facilities that are built today, they are just built. They do not think of women, especially if they are safe spaces for women and girls to use, either in the school setup or even at home setup, work setup, anywhere. In the office, you might go to a toilet and find that it doesn't have a disposal bin, just because they do not think that women do menstruate, and when they menstruate, they do not think where they should throw the sanitary towels. Okay, yeah. So the things that should be considered when doing sanitation facilities is that, first, are they spacious enough for people to go in and change? Remember that there are different people. There are people who are big like I am, there are small ones, and others who use a lot of space when they're doing their thing, others who have to bend to change their pad, others who will have to do different things in their bathroom before they change. Okay, so it should be well spaced. That means anyone can access and be free. Then the room should be well lit and well ventilated. You don't want to go to a toilet that is so stuffy and with very choking smells that you cannot even change your pad in peace. Okay, and then with the light, it should have very good lighting. That means even when you're changing your pad, you can see what you're doing. When you're disposing your pad to the bin, you can dispose it and you can see what you're doing. You don't throw it down on the ground thinking that you threw it in the disposal bin. Okay, and then the other thing, it should have at least shelves, so that when you're changing your pad, you can put for example, your bag, then pick it later or something. So it should be very spacious. The other thing, they should have a changing room. If it's a toilet facility, they should have a changing room. So you can just go into the changing room and change. Or maybe you've soiled your clothes and you want to go change and wash this other one. You can just go in and change. Sawa. And then the other thing, it should have water. Because if then you've soiled yourself or you want to shower, you started your menstruation and you are in the office or you are in school, you can just go easily and go shower very quickly, wash that cloth, hang it, and come back to class. The other thing that should be, and it's very key, is the disposal bin or any other way of disposing. Some people put bins, some people have small holes that lead to incinerators, some people have holes that go down to the ground. They've dug separate holes where you can dispose the pad. Sawa. Do you have any questions?
Let's say maybe you are traveling and you want to go and change your pad, and you see sometimes these toilets, many people are using them, and sometimes you might find that you have got some infectious diseases. Now what can you do to avoid all that?
Okay. What we are advocating for is that even the public toilets should maintain high standards of cleanliness. But for example, you go to a toilet and it is not very clean, just make sure when you're, for example, when you are going for a short call, that you do not have splashbacks, because when you have splashbacks and the toilet is not clean, then there are high chances that you can get infections. Okay, and even when it's not clean, you can just quickly go in, change your pad, and do not touch anything, and wash your hands after and before you change your pad. You're not supposed to dispose your pad inside the toilet. This is because, remember, the toilet, the pad, first of all, the disposable pad is non-biodegradable. That means it takes a long time, more than 50 years to decompose. So if you throw it inside the latrine, and the latrines, latrines is not something that you can, okay, now this one is full, we are going to dig another one and another one. You will do that a lot of times. So when they come to remove the waste to go dispose it, it means that there will be a lot of the sanitary pads in it. And one, they might block the sucker, the honeysucker, they call it honeysucker, the ones that they remove the waste. So you can imagine they can block that pipe, or even when they remove it, they are going to dispose it out in open land. That means the sanitary pads will be everywhere and they will cause a lot of environmental effects. Okay, yes. Any other question? Okay, there being no more questions, we're going to end this here for today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next episode.
We commit ourselves to promoting equitable and affordable access to sustainable basic physical and social infrastructure for all, without discrimination, including affordable, safe healthcare and family planning, education, culture and information and communication technologies. We further commit ourselves to ensuring that these services are responsive to the rights and the needs of women, children and youth and older persons and persons with disabilities, migrants, indigenous people and local communities as appropriate, and to those of others in vulnerable situations. In this regard, we encourage the elimination of legal and institutional, social, economic, and physical barriers. New Urban Agenda 7 Urban Basic Services UBS, Article 34, United Nations Human Settlements Program.